We look at women dying every day in hospitals because there are no workers to attend to them. There are no medicine. Our school, our education system has almost is losing its meaning.
Gone one of the deep villages, and I have met with one of the aspirant president, who is called Ohurire Israel, and he is aspiring as the president of the Republic of Uganda. Now, Mr. President, what makes you feel that you are an ideal a candidate of this great nation?
I thank you, my colleague Julius. Here it's in a village deep. Uh, Bro, we come from villages where government doesn't know that they even exist. So I feel I can come up from there. I become a voice that makes even government know government is no longer is not in Kampala or Mbarara, but is also people in the village needs also government too. I'm a revolutionary leader who is advocating for change in political, social, and spiritual aspects in our country. Our country is facing different injustices that includes persecution of the opposition, uh, false accusation in courts of law. We have seen very many people who are opposing the government being disappearing every now and then. We look at the unemployment that the youth are having. We look at women dying every day in hospitals because there are no workers to attend to them. There are no medicine. Our school, our education system has almost is losing its meaning. Government has brought in brought in systems. It has brought in policies like USE, UPE, but all of them they are fading, and that's why they are poorly maintained. But with us, we are coming to see how such systems that were put in, we can make them feel better, and every Ugandan can get included, and we make together a new and a better Uganda. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that comment, Mr. President.
Yes,
And I
bro.
have heard you saying by being a revolutionary leader. Now, what do you mean by being a revolutionary leader?
Being a revolutionary leader, it's my passion and my zeal that makes me an ideal in my leadership. I like seeing things changing, and I was a historian. At A level, I did history, and there is what we call French Revolution of 1789. That was a fundamental change in both political, social, and economic aspects in France that happened in against the Bourbon monarch of King Louis XVI, together with his wife Marie Antoinette. They were two dictator. They were dictator. They were too extravagant. They oppressed the common man, whom we call a taxpayer or a peasant. And that's the same situation that is happening here in Uganda. Look, these nobles, those people who are in leadership, they are earning highly, they are driving expensive cars, their children are in expensive schools, they go in expensive hospitals, yet people at the village who are peasants, who are farmers, their commodities do not have market, they do not have, their schools are poorly maintained, their hospitals are poorly maintained, there are no healthy workers in hospitals, no teachers there are no teachers in the schools. Even the small schools that are there, that in courts we think they are for government, but they are now more expensive than private, just because government itself failed to maintain them, and now people are maintaining them, which they are getting support from asking some money from people, of which our country has money. We pay tax and high tax. I remember when I was around P7, a pen was at 200, but at this moment a pen is at 700. A book which was at 200 is now at 500. A book which was at 500 is now at 2,000. So you can see, and that time things were okay and better. But look at now, instead of things going in a good way, they are coming to us. So we need to change from such kind of leadership, and then we bring in new systems that makes every Ugandan feel included, and to the extent that a rural person, a person from village like mine, person coming from a home like ours, they can also benefit from the government. We can have good roads, we can have electricity, we can have water, we can have education, medical, and security. Thank you, bro.
All right. Now, comment about pre and post independent Uganda and Africa.
Oh, thank you. I believe in Pan Africanism, and I remember when I was contesting as a guild speaker at my college. I went through Uganda Christian University, its branch, Bishop Barham College, and I contested as a guild speaker 2022-2023. And one of the things that I used to tell my colleagues, because at the campus we come from a diverse society. We come from different areas and different countries. I used to tell people that I'm a Pan-African. I'm someone who believes in a one Africa and one African unity. And I am someone who believes that Africa is great and Africans, we are great and we can do great. But when you look at situation before independence and the situation after independence, you look at Africa were under the rule of chiefs and kings who were our local leaders. They made us went through slave trade where they exchanged human beings with the Arabs to get in exchange of beads, in exchange of spears, in exchange of those loyal things. But Africans were taken for slaves, and we were not in a good life. Life then was so bad to the extent there were some things like when someone has given birth to twins, they were killed. Chiefs, whenever a king would be going, some people would lie down and the king would step on them. Some people died. They would even castrate some men. In case a king is outside the palace, those men would still remain with the queen, of which it was not fair. Then when these foreigners came into Africa, they came. My name, I'm Israel Ohulide. I come from KISORO, southwestern Uganda. I'm one of the presidential candidates who have shown interests. I have come to you on a media. I have come on a media to confirm with you that I'm also going around the country looking for signatures. Please, if I reach out to you, be cooperative. Dear Ugandans, let's not sell our pride and heritage to greedy and selfish people who are going to divide us apart. Let's look for revolutionary leaders, for young people who have fresh blood, who will lead us in peace, who will take us far. For instance, our country is going through a horror of injustices just because some people do not want to leave power. They want to keep in power. That's why they will do anything and everything to make sure that they are in. But if you bring us into power, us who are young, we shall work according to your will, as the Constitution says. Power belongs to the people who shall exercise their will. We shall make sure there is rule of law, where law states that we are all equal before and after the law. Unlike currently where we are seeing those in power overpowering those who are not in power, and the opposition is going through a lot, false accusations in courts of law. There is unfair arrests, arbitrary arrests. There is torturing and disappearing of the opposition. But however, we must wake up, stand up, arise to sow the seed of equality, liberty, and fraternity, where we shall have a Uganda that is based on oneness, togetherness, and where there is equal opportunity sharing. Not in a Uganda where one is a billionaire, the other one is a poor, where a poor cannot even afford a meal in a day, where a poor will only survives on begging and on slums. And yet, we have all it takes to make us all Ugandans have food. We eat three times as we eat 3 times a day. We have our children go to school in the shoes not barefooted. We have to get medicine in our hospitals. Our children get jobs, but all are being confined within individuals who are selfish. Please, Ugandans, be cooperative, support us, help us. Let's sow the seed of equality, liberty. Let the wind of revolution come into Uganda, become Uganda that we opted for, not Uganda that's still under neocolonialism. When our flags were raised, we were all happy. We knew that we are going into a Uganda where we are going to lead ourselves, where we are going to have our ideas flowing, where we are all going to participate. But now look at the Uganda that we have, where blood is shed every day, where kids are crying every day, where mothers are crying every day, where mothers are dying every day, where accidents are claiming people, where diseases are killing people, where youth are studying but they are unemployed, where the taxation is high, where education is high, cannot be afforded by a common man. Even when they introduced UPE and USE, a person in the village cannot afford. Why? They introduced them, they put structures, but they never maintained them. They never put teachers to teach. And that's why today those government schools are asking a lot of money that even in private schools are not asking, and even performance is poor. But let's now come as Ugandans. We participate into a real and good politics that will bring Uganda and create Uganda as a new country. As we shall all sing, "O Uganda may God uphold," and when our future is in God's hands, but when we are holding our future in our hands and everyone is moving freely, no fear, no no fear, no injustice, but when everyone is enjoying Uganda that there has been, Uganda that we ought to have.